Hey, what's up? All you cool cats and kittens, it's Danger. It is currently 3:36, meaning I've been awake for 10-ish minutes. Give me 1 second to remember how to speak the English language. I am here with your, I am here with your daily Pokemon content video. I have no ideas, so I'm going to do a spin-off spotlight series, which are very easy. It's just me talking about some of my favorite or any Pokemon spin-offs. And today we are going to be talking about Pokémon Stadium. Pokémon Stadium was released on what is called, for you young folks, a Nintendo 64. Oh, there's spoilers in the Nintendo 64. See how much dust is on this? That's because it's been over there on my shelf in the background as part of my elaborate I'm not a casual gamer display. But that's neither here nor there. Today I want to talk about Pokemon Stadium and why I love it. First of all, this is like one of the first like 3D modeled Pokemon games, along with like Snap and Hey You Pikachu. I don't exactly remember off the top of my head when they were released in relation to each other, especially not with my brain the way that it's working right now. But the cool thing about Pokemon Stadium is there was a new game plus. So it was like round 2, and then at the end you would fight, spoilers, you would fight Mewtwo, and then you could catch Mewtwo. You could actually get Pokemon from Pokemon Stadium to help you complete your Pokedex in your cartridge of Red, Blue, or Yellow. I don't know where Red is. I found Yellow and Blue. I'm actually very concerned because I care a lot about these OG. These are my original cartridges. These are not resold from GameStop. These are not, I didn't order these. These are mine, and so I can't find Red, and I'm freaking out. Also, these are my original cartridges of Stadium and Stadium 2. This is not an original N64 controller. I bought this one because I never had the purple one because I wasn't a rich kid. I always had the gray ones and the ones that had the turbo button the Mad Catz ones that you would always cheat and push the turbo and not tell anyone. Anyway, the cool thing about Pokemon Stadium is you could get Pokemon from it, and then you could also transfer Pokemon to it. You guys may or may not know this already, but it came with a Nintendo 64 transfer pack, which would allow you to take your existing Pokemon cartridge and connect it to Pokemon Stadium by hooking it up to the N64 controller. Whoop, I did it the wrong way. Gosh. There we go. You hook it up to the N64 controller, and then you can it's like an advanced storage system. Like it was like the proto Pokemon Home or Pokemon Bank, and you could transfer all of your Pokemon from Red, Blue, Yellow to Pokemon Stadium and play with them in the game. Now there's also a bunch of other cool features. Like you could store all of your items and use items and everything like that. And if you're familiar with the missing no glitch in Red, Blue, and they patched it in Yellow, you could still kind of do it in some versions. I don't remember which versions, but I know that it's different in Yellow. But Red and Blue, mostly the missing no glitch, which would allow you to duplicate basically to infinity the 6th item in your inventory slot. You could do rare candies, you can do the vitamins, you could do whatever it is you needed to do, and basically get all level 100 Pokemon with maxed out the maximum amount of vitamin stats that you wanted fairly easily, which is awesome because then you could transfer them into Pokemon Stadium and not necessarily like breeze through Pokemon Stadium because it's still hard. The AI is very good. The movesets are kind of weird and very specific for specific things. It's almost like they knew that the missing no glitch would like be a factor and that, they had to count on making stuff like super strong. Like Mewtwo is very, very strong. Mewtwo is very strong. It's very difficult to beat, as well as like the Elite Four and everything like that. And I like being able to go through trainers and gyms and save your progress along the way, and picking your team each time and everything like that. It's very cool. Also, the Dodrio Tower was something, the Doduo and Dodrio Tower was something that you could unlock so that you could speed up your gameplay, which was fantastic idea. They kept it in Pokemon Stadium 2 as well. It's basically a feature where you hook up your Game Boy cartridge, and then you can play the Game Boy game on the N64 on a big screen, but then you could also adjust the speed. You can make it like way faster, like insanely fast, which is very, 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 very cool. So what I would do, I talked in another one of my videos about, we would have what we called at the time Nintendoffs, where you just, a bunch of dudes, hang out during the summer, and it's like a all day, all night sleepover over the course of however many days. My record is like 36 hours without stopping. Like I would, obviously I said this in my previous video as well, you could eat, you could go to the bathroom, and you can, drink water and stuff like that, but like you can't go to sleep, you can't like, within reason, you cannot do anything other than just play video games, and then whoever can just sit there and grind it out the longest, has the bragging rights of winning the Nintendoff. So what I would do is I would start with Pokemon Blue. I would beat the game of Pokemon Blue, usually with the level 7 Mew glitch. I don't know if you guys are familiar with what that is, and I don't remember enough how to explain it from beginning to end. But basically, there's an area right before the tunnel to Celadon City where if you walk down and press start at the same time, you have to have access to Fly, so you probably have to trade a Pokemon that has Fly. Basically, there's a frame where if you open the menu at the same time you encounter a trainer and then fly away, it messes up the game. And then you go, I think you have to fight, it's someone above Celadon City. It's like a person with a Slowbro. And then in Lavender Town, around that same area, when you exit Lavender Town, there will spontaneously spawn a level 7 Mew. So I would do that, and then that in conjunction with the missing no glitch to get like a super duper powerful Mew, blast through the game, and then basically from there finish my Pokedex by finishing the Pokedex normally and then trading over the version exclusives from Red. Then go into Red, trade everything into Pokemon Stadium, and then transfer it into Red, and therefore instantly like finishing the Pokedex in Red, then beat the game in Red, and then all of those Pokemon I would transfer into Pokemon Stadium. So at this point I have a full like living dex of level 100 and some level 50s, just because level 100 Pokemon aren't allowed. The stadium format is very weird. Sometimes they let you have a level 55 Pokemon. So what I would do is I would stagger between 55s and 50s depending on like the all-star of the team or whatever. So anyway, basically I would make my main file Blue or Red, whichever I felt like starting, transfer everything over to the next one, complete the Pokedex, so that's 2 games completely knocked out, transfer everything to Stadium, and then go through Stadium 1 and get, there's stuff you can't get, like you got to continuously beat Stadium to get the 3 starters, and the fossils are another thing, and I believe Eevee is an option. So all of the things like, to get Jolteon, Vaporeon, Flareon, you need multiple Eevees, so you got to grind for that. And then the other fossils, if you got Helix, then the Dome Fossil would be the Helix Fossil, and then all 3 of the starters. So it's so cool, and I've never seen anything like it before, other than Pokemon Home. But Pokemon Home in itself is not a game. Do you know what I mean? Like, and there might be another, I don't know, there might be another feature out there that I don't know about, but for me, Pokemon Stadium holds a special place in my heart. I remember first playing this when I went into a Blockbuster, and there was like a magazine with a strategy guide on Pokemon Stadium, and it had a promo Venusaur, like a holographic Venusaur card, and I was like, oh, and I made my mom buy me it. Thinking back now, it wasn't a strategy guide. It was just like a Game Informer magazine that happened to have a promo Venusaur card because of the article in there about Pokemon Stadium. And I remember standing in that Blockbuster forever freaking playing Pokemon Stadium, which is weird because it's like, what were my parents doing in the Blockbuster while I was playing, right? That was the only time that I was able to play Pokemon Stadium, and I wasn't like renting another game. I wasn't, they weren't renting movies. It was just me. Like, what were they doing? As an adult now, I'm thinking, like, what were they doing while I was in that Blockbuster on that weird, now, especially we're washing our hands and sanitizing everything with hand sanitizer. That N64 controller and that Blockbuster, man, must have had all sorts of cooties, dude. I have some sort of antibodies that I don't even know about. But anyway, yes, that is going to be our little daily attempt at daily Pokemon related content in my spin-off spotlight for Pokemon Stadium. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this type of video, I'm gonna do more. So I'm glad that you enjoy it. If you enjoy these, if you hate it, please let me know. Because I have a lot of spin-offs in this office, and I could go on and on and on. But in an attempt to keep this video relatively short, like, I'm not doing the type of thing where it's like, oh, just ramble on for 10 minutes. I could keep going about Pokemon Stadium, but I'm not. I didn't talk about, the alternate colored Pokemon. I didn't talk about the mini games. I didn't talk about all of the cool glitches and stuff that you could do with it. There's still more to talk about, but in an attempt to keep this short, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to leave it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to comment if you feel so inclined, and subscribe to get updates on all of my newest content drops. Over 96% of you people watching my videos are not subscribed. Why not subscribe? It's a free way to support my channel, make sure that I'm growing. I'm attempting to upload daily content so I can get back into the algorithm. So hopefully you see something that you like around my channel, and we can keep you around and share some funny little memes about Pokemons or whatever. Anyway, I love you guys. You guys have been great. I have been the Danger Moss, and I will see you next time. Bye.